Today, let's go over the future of the Star Wars franchise when it comes to President of Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, and Episode 9. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, ever since the release of The Last Jedi, the backlash has just been growing and growing. The criticism, the amount of, negative, reviews that it got on every platform almost. It really does bring a lot of Star Wars fans questioning themselves as to why both Disney and Lucasfilm still have Kathleen Kennedy on board. Now, you guys may have heard of the big talk a couple of weeks ago that everything, that has been happening behind the scenes over at Disney and Lucasfilm, that they are apparently trying to get rid of Kathleen Kennedy, Bob Iger and crew, etc. And even J.J. Abrams was offered the position, but he actually declined it. And that actually makes sense as to why he did not appear on the James Corden show, is because he was probably involved with this whole entire situation that's going on behind the scenes. Now, I want to go into a subject about Episode 9 and Kathleen Kennedy. Now, there is talk that she may announce her successor in September for taking over the role as president of Lucasfilm. However, this is not officially, confirmed or anything like that, but this is what the anchor had to say as we went over a couple of weeks ago, that she's apparently going to announce her successor in September. However, the big problem with Kathleen Kennedy is that nobody wants to take her position as head of Lucasfilm and running all things Star Wars because of the entire mess and the entire situation within the Star Wars community right now. This is why Kathleen Kennedy apparently has not yet left and is not being fired as of yet, because they can't get anybody to replace her as of right now. Obviously, Kevin Feige is, busy with Marvel and the Marvel movies, so there's no way he's going to be doing that. Even he himself declined the rumors of him taking over Lucasfilm, in case you guys heard about that. Kevin actually debunked that rumor. But Kathleen Kennedy, let's say, if Episode 9 does fail in 2019, what happens to Kathleen Kennedy if she is still around as head of Lucasfilm at that point in time? Now, one thing is for certain that we do know is that she won't be getting into any of the creative decisions for Episode 9, and she is letting everything fall on J.J. Abrams' shoulders. She's giving it all to J.J. She's not going to chime in and try to change things how she did apparently with The Last Jedi and Rian Johnson. This is all J.J. and Chris Terrio for this movie, and Kathleen Kennedy is apparently not going to be involved in any way, shape, or form, creatively speaking, with Episode 9 because of what happened with The Last Jedi. Now, it seems as though that both Disney and Lucasfilm, they do indeed recognize that the backlash is not really a minority. It's a whole lot more than a minority to them, apparently. And Kathleen Kennedy, I think that the big issue here for them is that they just can't find anybody else to replace her. So if Episode 9 does fail at the box office, and not just the box office, but storytelling-wise, let's say if they, don't do a great job on the overall storytelling, the plot, how things flow with the characters, and even the ending of the movie, what will happen to Kathleen Kennedy? Would that be the final blow for her? Would she actually leave right then and there on the spot? Would she be fired? What do you guys think would happen to Kathleen Kennedy if Episode 9 were to be a box office failure, and or, a failure storytelling-wise when it comes to the overall plot? Now, I've expressed this numerous times before in the past, that I really do believe that we need somebody that truly understands Star Wars down to the core, and can also run the business side of things as president of all things Star Wars. So, for me, with Kathleen Kennedy, she is a businesswoman at heart. She's worked on multiple movies as a producer. Countless movies, in case you guys didn't know. A lot of films that we all grew up with. And now that she's involved with Star Wars, I feel like that she just doesn't get Star Wars at all. Like what Star Wars fans actually want to see. I think that what she, sees in this franchise is that, yes, it's a big franchise. It's open to a lot of people around the world. But when it comes to, Star Wars as a whole, that's not what she gets, in my opinion. And I think that we need somebody else to come in ASAP to take over the future projects, whether it be, the new Star Wars trilogy, the new standalone films that they are currently all reworking. There were actually, 10 standalone film ideas that they had that are being reworked right now. So the Boba Fett movie is apparently, canceled. It's pretty much done. James Mangold declines any involvement with that movie, and that he's not going to be writing and directing that film. So we'll have to wait and see exactly what's happening with Boba Fett. Apparently the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, as we went over a couple of days ago, all thanks to the Belfast Telegraph, they stated that the Obi-Wan movie will be shooting in April of 2019 over in Northern Ireland in studio. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Now, Kathleen Kennedy, she is up there in age. I think that regardless that she's going to leave Lucasfilm at some point in time in the near future, I think it's pretty much time for her to leave at this point because of everything that's going on within the Star Wars community. I think that getting somebody on board like Dave Filoni for the creative side of things, and then having a business person in, the same exact situation as head of Lucasfilm, having two people running it, I think is the best way to go. It really is. That's what I really do believe. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.